Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for latest updates.
So guys, I'm Radishan here and welcome to the 8th episode of Data Structures and Algorithms in Python course. So today in this video we're going to discuss about writing the recursion in 3 steps. So we already know what recursion is. If you don't know, if you are first to this course, and you must watch the previous videos. I have created a playlist. Actually the sound is a little boring because it's raining outside. As per my financial condition, it will be like this, so don't bother. So let's start. So we are going to start with the factorial. If you don't know what a factorial is, just go to hell. So just think a number as n, and we know that we have n factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 into etc into 2 into 1. For next example, 4 factorial will be 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 3 factorial will be 3 into 2 into 1, like this. 8 factorial will be 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, like that. That's a factorial of a number. So we're going to write the factorial in 3 steps. Okay, so the first step is a recursive case. We need to find the recursive case to write recursion. Okay, so in the case we have what n factorial, we have an equation like n factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 into etc to 1. Okay, then we can change the equation to n factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 factorial. Actually we are changing this into this. Okay, this portion into this n minus 1 factorial. So this is the recursive case. If you don't know what factorial is, I just suggest you to took some basic mathematics classes in any school level or something like that, then try to learn programming. Okay, ready. Sorry guys. So we just got the recursive case. So just open PyCharm. I'm using PyCharm. Okay, using PyCharm to write the programs. As we said earlier, this is not about maybe you think the course about Python will discuss about what is all the basic stuffs in Python. It's not like this. Basically we are dig into the data structures and the algorithm thing, and all the other things will be eventually come. Okay, just open the if you don't know how to install PyCharm, just leave. I don't need you here. I'm using PyCharm. You can use any kind. Maybe if you are using Linux, it's very easy to install the Python 3, and you just need a text file only. So it's very comfortable to run if you write in PyCharm. That's why I'm using PyCharm. Okay, so just now we have the recursive case. The step 1 is recursive case. We got the recursive case and we have to implement this. Just try what's okay, def for defining function. I'm giving the name fac. Okay, sir, okay for you, and I'm giving a parameter n. Okay, then the normal colon for defining a function. Then we have the return. We have to return what? Return the n factorial. The final equation recursive case was n factorial, n into n minus 1 factorial. So n into, we are giving, this is recursion, right? So fac of n minus 1 factorial, fac or n minus 1. The function is calling itself, and the next statement just print. Just give a sample, like we must call the function to check this is working or not. Okay, fac of just a random number. Let's see if there is an error or something like that. Okay, run. Now we got an error, maximum recursion. So what's going is the second step the base case. Okay, in the earlier class I have already told you that base condition must be provided, otherwise infinite loop will occur. The case of Python is so there is a limit that we can change the limit actually, but there is a limit. Okay, so the base condition in the case of factorial, the base condition is, it will check all the factorials n minus, if you set the n to 100, n minus 1, n like, then it will come to 1, then 1 factorial is we must define something to return. Okay, so there is 0, so we must, this is the base case, 0 factorial is 1 and 1 factorial is 1. So we are going to add this terms into that program. Okay, so dfact n if n in 0, 1. So it will check that n, if n is 0 or 1. Okay, return 1, else in the case of, we have to click tab here. The case of recursion, not recursion, in the case of Python, the indentation is very important. Like in the CPP, all the things, we have the curly braces, all the things like that. So just need to, the if condition, you just need to add the colon. Okay, print the fact of all the things we got here. dfact. Okay, let's say we have now the first step was recursive case, second step is base case, and we just added the base case condition into this thing. Okay, just check with this number. Okay, run. So there's a syntax error. Oh, sorry, I haven't added the colon, sorry. Now we got the correct output. 3 factorial, 3 into 2 into 1, 6. Okay, you must add the colon in the if and else. Okay, I just forget that. Thus we have the result here, and the third, actually we have forgot something. Let's check if with 4 actually it's working, the result is 24. It is 7. Okay, it's working, still working, and I am going to add the number -3. Now we got an error again. We got an error. Just check again with 1.5. Again we got an error. So the third case, we got the third case here, unintentional case. So there are some constraints like this. So the n must be greater than 0. N is not a negative. There is no factorial for negative number. So n must be positive, and n must be a positive integer, not a floating point, something like 0.3. There is no factorial for that. So n must be a positive integer, not a floating point number, and n must be greater than equal to or equal to 0. Okay, we have to add this thing. You can add it yourself. I am using a special command, assert. Okay, assert. The assert is like resume to test if a condition in your code returns true. Okay, that's very simple. If I'm assert, let's n assert n greater than or equal to 0, and int so int of n. Int of n is a condition, like the value of n the integer value of n. Okay, the integer value of n double equal normal value. It means that it's not a floating point number. This thing means that it's not a floating point number. Okay, comma, cannot, must, negative, and or floating point not allowed. Okay, so we are going to run the floating value again. Click run. We have the output negative or assertion error, negative or assertion error. You just use the assert command. Negative or floating point is not allowed. Just use -3. Again assertion error. We have the negative or floating point not allowed. So guys, this is the basic way, three steps to write a recursion program. So in the next episode we're going to discuss about few more examples like this, and you'll be able actually in the case of recursion it's very easy to think iteratively like a loop, but recursive thinking is actually a big task. You have to spend a lot of time into it to get it perfect. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching this video. Keep watching my videos and please subscribe. You won't do that. I just spent this time to make this video and I'm getting 2-3 views.